What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you are in the market and not trying to time the market. Budget, people, and dollar cost average into the market. Yeah. So in today's news, it says the Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ come back from steep lows after GDP print to cap turbulent April, right? So let's see what happened in today's market, right? It says U.S. stocks recovered from steep early session Wednesday as Wall Street capped a volatile month as investors digested a deluge of economic data led by the first contraction of the U.S. economy in 3 years, people. So the benchmark S&P 500 rose more than 0.1% after an early drop of more than 2%. While the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite recovered from a similarly large intra-session decline to close just below the flat line. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed more than 0.3% to extend its longest win streak of 2025. I'm sorry, because I just realized I left my water bottle here. Give it a minute. Second. Okay, so either way, back to the news. It says markets wrapped up a tumultuous April that saw stocks whipsawed by President Trump's tariff policy and recent upbeat stance on negotiations. So the Dow dropped more than 3% for the month, alongside much smaller moves for the S&P 500. So stocks climbed out of session lows after a Chinese social media account affiliated with the country's state-run channel posted the U.S. had been reaching out to China seeking to negotiate on tariffs. So earlier Wednesday, an update on the gross domestic product, the GDP, showed the U.S. economy contracted at an annual rate of 0.3%. in the first quarter, according to the advanced estimate released by the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis on Wednesday. So the decrease primarily reflected an increase in imports as Trump's tariffs push rattled confidence and businesses rushed to stockpile. They're trying to get as much stuff in as possible. All right, so economists had expected a drop in growth of 0.1%. In quarter four of 2024, real GDP increased 2.4%. Excuse me. So prior to the GDP release, an ADP read on private payroll growth in April showed a pullback in hiring amid what the report called a difficult environment defined by unease amongst businesses. So on the inflation front, the March reading of the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge showed prices eased last month as investors braced for an uptick in pricing pressures following the implementation of President Trump's tariff agenda. So at the same time, inflation in the first quarter clocked in harder than expected, complicating the path forward for the Federal Reserve. The core personal consumption expenditures index, which includes the volatile food and energy categories, grew by 3.5% in the first quarter, above estimates of 3.2% and above the 2.6% seen in the prior quarter. Hopefully you remember that, all of that. So on Wednesday after the bell, Microsoft announced better than expected earnings on strong cloud bookings. Social media platform Meta also posted better than expected first quarter results, offering strong guidance despite fears on an advertising slowdown due to tariff uncertainty. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Meta and Microsoft posted good earnings reports. So let's see what happened in the market today. So it looks like Tesla lost $9.87 today, closing out at $282.16. It was down a lot more than that. earlier. My information technology FTEC ETF gained 28 cents today. I'll take that, closing out at $163.41. My S&P 500 ETF SPLG gained 3 cents today. I'll take that, closing out at $65.20. Palantir gained $2.36 today, closing out at $118.44. Broadcom gained $1.30 today, closing out at $192.47 per share. And Nvidia lost 10 cents. Hey, I'll take that. At least it wasn't a major loss. Closing out at $108.92. And that's pretty much it. Pretty quick, because I have to run. I have to hurry up on my way to work. As always, get out of debt, people. Lower your debt to income ratio by creating a budget and a financial plan. Get out of that personal loan debt, that student loan debt, credit card debt, car loan debt. Get out of debt, and then tackle your mortgage if you have one. Also invest into your kids' college fund. Also create an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of your living expenses, right? Although everything that I just said is a lot, the only way that you can do that is by creating a budget. You have to start telling your money where to go and stop trying to figure out where it went before the end of the month, right? So once you grab that control, you have that discipline, and you start telling your money where to go, you start budgeting, you start cutting expenses, you start living below your means instead of living above your means, it'll be easy to do, right? Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. Any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. So that is it for today in the stock market, the news for today. Again, hopefully you guys are in the market and you're not trying to time the market. Everything that I just said, it's a lot of information. Not everything that I understand, but by reading it, I see how it affects the market and how it can affect investors, right? So you have to pay attention. You can't just decide to do something and not pay attention to it, right? But the biggest thing is just being in it. You know, I don't have to know all the workings of the engine of my car. I just need to drive my car. But when there's something wrong with the car, I can take it to a mechanic. So if you're not comfortable with investing and doing your research and reading on your own about investing, consult with a financial advisor. Let those that know how to do it on your behalf, but pay attention and try to learn as much as possible so you can understand how your money is working for you and ensuring that they do the most to make you the most money. So yeah. All right. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know, and you guys let me know what you think. If you think anything at all. All right, so you guys take care. Peace.